Your AI art is about to get a major upgrade. Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, aka Nano Banana Pro, is here on NightCafe. Cleaner results, faster generations, and way better character consistency. All the stuff NightCafe creators have been begging for. But here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize how big this jump really is. In this video, we're gonna break down why this model is different, what you can expect, and how to use it if you're in NightCafe. I wanna take you through a walkthrough of how to use this on the site, but first, let's talk about why this upgrade matters so much. Let's be honest. Older models can be very frustrating. Your character changes face every time, you can't keep consistent locations, they can be slow, inconsistent, and sometimes it makes you feel like the model is just straight up disobeying what you are saying. Maybe disobey isn't the right word. Arguing? Not listening? Something like that. But the important part is that none of this is your fault. And these models weren't able to hit the capacity to understand complex visual relationships. But now we have Nano Banana Pro, which is specifically designed to fix all these pain points. So let's break down what makes it good for creators like you and I. First is character and style consistency. So I was making generations for some reels that we were going to post on NightCafe. I was able to get some really great outcomes from just one photo. So I'll show you the outcomes. Does that look like me? I don't really drink wine all too often, but I thought the results were very cool. This one actually looks like a selfie. And this is all from one image of myself, just a selfie from the shoulders up. So that just maybe can demonstrate the coherency from, the start image to the final image. So you're not really going to get warped faces unless you have prompt magic on. Then prompt magic will do its magic and kind of stray away from the original prompt and start image. So if you want it to look exactly like the image you provided, make sure you have prompt magic off, which you will get a warning when it happens. Yeah, this is so great for storytellers, fashion designers, and any hobbyist who really wants to create characters. Or if you're just like a person like me who wants to make a cool new profile picture or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to use these for. If you have any ideas, you should leave them in the comments. I just want to say though, that this is the creative superpower that so many of us have been asking for so long, like literal years. Like when I started creating AI art back in November of 2021, this is what I thought the images would come out looking like. And here we are 4 years later, and we're finally getting that type of quality. The second thing that I find really impressive is the prompt-based editing and multi-image fusion. Gully, who's one of our biggest creators on the site, I'm sure you guys know about him. He recently sent us a DM showing that Nano Banana Pro actually has one of the best image fusion options. So I'll make sure to drop those now so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. Because with Nano Banana Pro, you can feed multiple images and text and the model will fuse them intelligently. So that means that the model can understand and merge multiple image inputs, which is super cool. Make sure to try it out. The third thing is better image quality and time efficiency. So this model is described as Google's state-of-the-art generation and editing. And so for hobbyists like you and I on NightCafe, this means fewer ugly failed renders, fewer retries, and also more time actually making art instead of fixing it, which is so good. Talk about a bang for your buck, or credits, I mean. And number 4 is big input equals big creative freedom. So as we mentioned before, Nano Banana 2 supports both images and text as input. So that means you can combine a banana sketch, a color mood board, a lighting reference, and descriptive text all in one prompt. So it's kind of crazy to think we really are living in the future. Number 5, the last thing I wanted to talk about is that the thinking is built into the model. So this model is part of the Flash family, which means that it handles longer context and understands more complex prompts, which opens the door to more accurate scenes and more consistent creative direction. This might sound like a lot of technical improvements for, the everyday creator, but the bottom line is simple. You spend way less time wrestling with the model and finally get to spend more time expressing your artistic vision, which is a huge win in my book. Okay. Finally, enough yapping, which I'm really good at. And let's just get to the portion where I show you guys how to use it in NightCafe. So first we're gonna walk through a fun workflow. Suppose you wanna make a series, which is Nano Banana Travels Through Art History. If you're gonna start creating, make sure we go to creator.nightcafe.studio. You're gonna get brought to the mini studio, but I definitely prefer creating in the main studio. But when you're here, go to browse all models, making sure advanced mode is on, and scroll a little down and you will see Nano Banana Pro. We're gonna start with a bananas character sketch, and it's just gonna be a simple reference image. So let's input that. And then next we're gonna add a classic Renaissance painting. So I'll just honestly use the free images option on NightCafe. We'll do this one. We'll use this as the background image. So this is the one I want to use. Okay, yeah, so there's that. So now that we have our Renaissance painting and our banana sketch both uploaded into the start image settings, let's write our prompt. And this is something I had pre-prepared. So if you want to follow along, feel free to. I'm gonna leave it up for a second so you guys can copy that if you'd like. So let's see how this comes out. Let me just show you quickly. We have the one option for the number of images. So sorry, we have the single image generation option. And then we have two different output resolutions. So we have high and ultra. Okay, and then we have the aspect ratio, which we can actually just mess with ourselves. I'll just do a square because by default, it matches the aspect ratio of your start images. So for 25 credits, we're gonna be able to make an ultra image, or we can do the high, which I'm just gonna end up doing that because it is a little bit cheaper. Oh, prompt. See, that's what I was telling you about. If you use prompt magic, it will give you a warning. And sometimes I'm just not even thinking and I just click past it, even though I probably should pay more attention to it. Oh my gosh, the bananas are ready. This is insane. And I don't wanna know what happens if he takes his peel off, but that is great. So now I want to edit this guy. I clicked on the prompt to edit feature and make sure to select Nano Banana Pro if that's what you want to experiment with, but there are other options which we can go through in another video if you guys would like. Just let me know in the comments. And for the editing instructions, I just put same character above, but in a neon soaked cyberpunk street with banana peel cape. And yeah, let's see what this ends up looking like. And also I have another one that I want to show you guys, which is just going to demonstrate how you can do targeted transformations with Nano Banana Pro using natural language editing, which was super easy like I was showing you guys. So with these, if you see this prompt, it's very simple language and it's the same way you would just ask a person to change something for you. For example, I put her on a lawn chair, sipping a glass of wine, far away, Wes Anderson style shot, green grass, suburbia. So it's very basic instructions. You don't have to know how to prompt very well. So very cool. And here's our banana with the improved, or not the improved, but with the new prompt that we wanted to test with it, which was that cyberpunk style. And then just to prove that Nano Banana Pro is so great at prompt to edit, let's ask it to blur the background, increase the color saturation of his cape, and to make the lighting a little bit cooler, or colder is what's in the prompt. But while that's generating, we can go over a few tooltips for NightCafe. So if you're able to, make sure to include the multiple reference image option like I had shown, which is called Start Images in NightCafe. It makes it easy to do like fusion edits and just really fun combos that you wouldn't usually be able to do. It's pretty much the image prompting. We just call it image prompting. So it's transferring the subject style from a reference image to the creations. And now you can do that easily with Nano Banana. So here's the before, here's the after. I think it looks pretty good. It increased the saturation, it blurred the background, and did make things a bit cooler. So that's super cool. And another tip I wanted to give was if you want to keep the character consistent, try to make sure your prompt structure stays consistent as well to make sure that the model understands the character once and reuses it across scenes. So just a couple basic tips. Okay, so there you have it. Nano Banana Pro is so much fun, and honestly, the creative upgrade we've been asking for and waiting for is here. So if you're building with NightCafe and you haven't tried it out, make sure to do so, because if not, you are missing out. Make sure if you found this helpful to hit subscribe, like, and to share with a friend, and make sure to leave comments down below turn on notifications, all the things to make sure that we get out more and more so more creators can join us in creating a night cafe. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching and make sure to stick around for the next one. Bye guys.